Hello everyone, can you hear me? Okay, today we are going to go through the topic 7, which is a popular topic in GEP and SASMO section B. Okay, so firstly, everyone, please let me check. Can you hear me clearly? Yes or no? Yes? Yes? Yes or not? Okay, let me know, please. Okay, so basically today the topic is a bit challenging, to be honest. It is about the access and the shortage problems. So here, everyone, if you already have the book, please turn to page, let me check, it should be on the page 108. Can you find the book? Yeah, 108, topic 7 in all-in-one guide. Yeah. Okay. So here, let's start. Well, basically, when it comes to access and the shortage problem, you're going to learn some basic types. So here, everyone, please also take out your pencil because later you are going to take some notes, okay? So for the first thing, you need to understand what is the meaning of these two words. What is the meaning of excess? So it is for extra leftover. So what about the meaning of shortage? It is about the short of or the missing part. So here, maybe we can start from quick quiz, okay? So here, everyone, you see that. Which statement represents excess? A, if Bucket gives his friends 4 sweets each, he will have 1 sweet left. B, if teacher Apple gives 2 apples to each of her friends, she will need another 10 more apples. Well, think about it. In which statement you can find that the number of objects is excess? A or B? Yeah, kind of like an English problem, right? Like the reading comprehension. Yeah? Okay, think about it, A or B? Okay, well done. Good. So first thing that is you must be super clear about the definition of these two words, okay? And then everyone, let's move on to example 1. I'm not sure if it is on page 108 or 109. So anyway, you can see the subtitle, example 1. Okay, so here, let's have a look. Bud has some sweets to distribute to her friends, with each friend receiving an equal number. At first, she gives 2 sweets to each friend and finds that she has 20 sweets left. So now everyone, please take out your pencil and underline the keywords 2 sweets to each friend, and then she has 20 sweets left. Okay. And then she tries to give each friend 5 sweets and finds that she has 2 sweets left. There are 2 questions. The first one is about how many friends does Bud give her sweets to. The second question is about the number of sweets. So basically, after you underline all the keywords, you can see that there are 2 scenarios, right? And also on your book, you can see the pictures. In the first scenario, everyone can receive 2 sweets, 2 sweets, 2 sweets, and in the end, there are still 20 sweets left over. Well, in the second scenario, so you see that everyone can receive 5 sweets, and in the end, there are still 2 sweets left. So first thing you should be clear about the type of such question. Actually here, everyone, please take note. That is excess, excess. Okay, maybe on your book, you can just write it as EE, yeah, excess, excess. So actually in the previous live streams, I already shared with you, when you see some different scenarios, so what should we focus on? You need to pay attention to the difference. So now let's have a look. How come there is a difference of 18 in these 2 scenarios? Well, here, let's have a look. Following the step, the first step that is we need to focus on the big difference. What is the big difference? That is you just compare the extra total number of sweets given away. So could you please tell me what is the big difference here? What is the difference between 20 and 2? What is it? What is it? Correct. It should be 18, okay? And also, this is another key point for you, how to figure out the difference in excess type question. That is, you just subtract these 2 numbers, okay? Subtract the smaller one from the bigger one. And following this, let's have a look. How can we get such big difference? Well, here, maybe let me show you. You know that the difference between them is 18. And how can we make a difference of 18? Because you see that for every group, actually can find a small difference, right? So what is the small difference? Yes, super easy. That is a 5 minus 2, that is 3. So you see that everyone gets 3 more, then in the end, there are 18 fewer sweets. So how can we figure out the number of groups? In other words, how can we figure out the number of friends? That is, yes, the step 3 is about the division. So we just divide to find the groups. Big difference divided by the small difference, then you can see that the number of groups, in other words, the number of friends should be 6. Can you understand this step? Okay, so that is how do we figure out the big difference? You just compare the extra total number of sweets. And then how can we figure out the small difference? You just compare in different scenario for one person, what is the difference of the objects. Then using the division, you can figure out the number of groups, which is also the number of people. But don't just stop here, everyone. This is just to answer the first question, and you need to figure out the second one. How many sweets does she have? Well, for the last step, in order to figure out the total objects, so here, everyone, you can see that there is a formula. Okay, we already know that there are 6 people, and then in the first scenario, you see that every person will receive 2 sweets, and in the end, there are still 20 sweets. So firstly, we just use 6 times 2 to find the completed groups, and then you need to focus on the extra part. Don't forget it to add it up, okay? And also, you can just focus on the second scenario. That is now, you see that everyone can receive 5, and in the end, don't forget that 2 sweets left, so you need to plus 2. But anyway, you will find that the final answer is still the same, right? The answer is always 32. Okay, so basically you see that when it comes to excess and the shortage problem, we just focus on these 4 steps. The first one, most important part, to figure out the big difference. The second part, that is to find the small difference. And how can we figure out how many groups, how many people are there? That is the big difference divided by the small difference. And in order to figure out the total objects, actually you can just take any scenario here. Okay, so following this, let's move on to example 2. Let's try another question. Please think about whether there's excess or shortage in each distribution scenario. Okay, let's read the question. And again, everyone take out your pencil to underline the keywords, okay? Ready? Pip bought some notebooks and distributed them to each group in his class. If each group gets 3 notebooks, there will be a shortage of 1 notebook. If each group gets 4 notebooks, there will be a shortage of 11 notebooks. Again, there are 2 questions. The first one is to figure out how many groups are there. And for the second one, that is to figure out how many notebooks are there. Okay, so firstly, again, we just focus on the picture and try to compare. You see that there are 2 scenarios, and in the first scenario, what is the result? That is a short 1 notebook. And in the second scenario, what is the result? That is a short 11 notebooks. So could you please tell me what is the type here, everyone? Just now I told you in example 1, we just regard the type as excess. So what about in example 2? Can you find the name? Let me check. Can you find the name? Yeah. How can we label? How can we name it? Correct. That is a shortage. Okay. So this is the second typical type. Okay. Again, everyone, please take some notes on your book. Just write it as SS. Okay. Shortage. So maybe we can just focus on the 4 steps we just learned, because just now that is excess, and then we just change the word, right? So what is the first step? Again, we try to compare the result, find the extra total number of books distributed the second time. So in the step 1, look, how can we find the difference? What is the difference? Everyone, can you tell me? What is the difference between short 1 and short 11? What is the difference here? Try. What is it? Excellent. Yes, super easy, right? You just subtract 1 from 11. Okay, so actually 10. 10 is what about the actual total number of books? So actually we can just also regard it as the big difference. Okay, remember that the big difference is always to compare the total. Okay, and next one, what about the extra number of books each group gets the second time? So what is the small difference here? Everyone look here, you just focus on each group. Okay, try to find that. What is the small difference? What is the small difference? Correct, okay? So here you see that in the second scenario, that is for every group, there is one more book. So what is the small difference? That is just one. So following this, could you please tell me how to figure out the number of groups? Yeah, what is the number of groups? Do you still remember the gap? Correct, that is the big difference and then divided by the small difference, right? So you can get actually there are 10 groups. Okay, 10 groups. Remember that the number of groups here doesn't change. We just distribute in different ways. Okay, so following this, how do we figure out the number of notebooks? Let's have a look. Okay, just now, in example 1, we know that to figure out the total objects, that is the number of people times objects person, and then plus excess. But what about now? The type is shorted, so what should we do? Is it still like a +1 and a +11? No. Okay, remember that what is the meaning of a shortage? That is not enough. There are some missing parts, right? So what should we do with the missing part? Do you remember that? You need to minus the shortage. Okay, so that is, you can see that there is a small difference between example 1 and example 2. In example 1, because we have more, so here we just apply addition. But in example 2, you see that it is about the shortage. So here we need to subtract. So following this again, if you just focus on the first scenario, you will get 10 times 3 and then minus 1. That is, if everyone will get 3 books, in the end, you see that we need one more. That is a shortage, 1 notebook. Okay, so here, minus 1. And then if you just focus on the second scenario, that is, if everyone gets 4 books, actually you need another 11 notebooks. So here, minus 11. Again, in either scenario, you can find that the total number of notebooks should be 29. Okay, can you understand now? So here, let's have a quick summary. As you can see that in example 1, what should we do with the excess? That is plus. And in example 2, what should we do with the shortage? That is minus. Okay, pay attention to the operator. So following this, everyone, let's play a game, okay? So here I have 2 questions. Please just type your answer in the chat box. Are you ready? Okay, let's have a look. Well, Bucket gave each rabbit 3 stickers and had 17 left. Bucket gave each rabbit 5 stickers and had 2 left. So now everyone, could you please tell me what is the type of the question here? Is it the excess or shortage, A or B? Have a try. Okay, I give you 10 seconds. Try. A or B? English time, okay? Oh, I already see different answers. Okay, A or B? Okay, pay attention to the keyword left. It is about the leftover, okay? Leftover, so what is it? Correct, it should be A. Okay, now please tell me what is the big difference? You just compare 2 scenarios, so what is the big difference here? What is it? It should be easy for you. Yes, correct. So actually you see that the word is the same, right? Okay, so excess, what should we do? Yes, 17 minus 2, so you will get 15, correct, okay? And then for the second one, what about the second one? Well, let me help you read. Bucket gave each rabbit 5 stickers and was missing 2. Okay, pay attention. Keyword, missing 2. Bucket gave each rabbit 8 stickers and was missing 20. Okay, so again, everyone please tell me what is the type? What is the type? Yeah, what is the keyword? Pay attention to the keyword. Missing. So what is the meaning of missing? Good job. That is the shortage. Okay. So here shortage. So what is the big difference? Compare the two scenarios. What is the big difference? Good job. The bigger number minus the smaller number. So that is 20 minus 2. So you can see that the answer is 18. Okay. Is it easy? Should be easy for you now, right? Okay. So following this, let's move on to example 3. It is a bit complicated. The most important thing is you can understand the question properly. Okay, let's read it together. Freddy is distributing a plate of strawberries among some children. If each child gets 2, okay, again, each child gets 2, there will be 20 left over. Well, pay attention to the keywords. What is the meaning of leftover? Is it the shortage or excess? And then, if each child gets 5, there will be a shortage of 4 strawberries. How many children are there? How many strawberries does Freddy have? Okay. So firstly, everyone, let me show you the diagrams. Okay, it will be more direct. Okay, so now following this, again, think about it. What is the type? Just now I already introduced 2 types to you, like excess, shortage. So firstly, let's try to name. Okay, so what is the type of example 3? What is the type? What is the type? I see some students are confused here, right? You see that the first part is about the leftover, that is more, okay? And then for the second part, it is about the shortage, so that is less. So what is the type? Correct, good job. So here you see that we just name it as excess shortage. So here, please label on your book, okay? ES. ES. Okay, so now following this again, think about it. We know that we always try to compare the result. So now you see that in the first scenario, there are 20 strawberries left, but in the second one, there are 4 strawberries missing. So what is the big difference here? Is it 20 minus 4? Think about it. Is it 20 minus 4? Okay, big difference. Pay attention, big difference. Okay, so now let me show you. Look, what is the 20 strawberries left? That is 20 more, right? Okay, and then what is the short 4 strawberries? That is 4 left. So now everyone, please tell me what is the big difference in between them? Good job. Okay, so here again, pay attention to the operator. It should be plus. Okay, the 20 leftover strawberries are all distributed the second time, and Freddy still needs 4 more. So for such type, we should add excess and the shortage to find the extra total number of objects distributed. So here, pay attention to the big difference, that is excess plus shortage. Good job, 24. Excellent. So following this, you already know that the big difference is 20 plus 4, then you get 24. Then let's try to figure out the small difference. Do you still remember what is the small difference? Correct. The small difference, that is just to compare the group. Okay, for one group, you see, in the first scenario, there are 2 strawberries. In the second scenario, there are 5 strawberries. So what is the small difference? What is the small difference? Excellent. 5 minus 2, that is 3. Okay, so following this, you know the big difference, you know the small difference. So how can we figure out the group? How many groups are there? How many groups? Yeah, try to divide. Okay, 24 divided by 3, that is 8. Okay, that means there are 8 groups. And following this again, don't forget to find the number of strawberries. I think this part is a bit tricky. So here, everyone, I will give you 20 seconds. Try to figure out by yourself. How many strawberries are there altogether? I already told you here, there are 8 groups. There are 8 groups. And then how many strawberries? Okay, 20 seconds. Got the answer? Okay, I see 44. Okay. Any other 36? Okay. Any other any other answers? 36? 44? Oh, 44 or 36? 36? Okay, thumbs up. Let me show you. Okay. So following this, what should we do? Again, actually, there are 2 scenarios, right? And here, everyone, pay attention to the operator. If you just focus on the first one, look, it is 20 strawberries left. So what should we do with the excess? Do you remember that? It should be addition, okay? We need to add leftover. And then if you just focus on the second scenario, look, it is about the short. So what should we do with the missing part? You need to subtract, okay? So here, everyone, please also take notes. So basically, for the first 3 examples, you just memorize that. In the end, to figure out the total number of objects, what should we do? You need to add leftover and then minus shortage, okay? Any question now? Yeah, I think for students who got 44, you just use 8 times 5 and then plus 4, right? It should be minus 4. That is not enough. You need 4 more. Okay, understand now? Yeah, okay, good. So move on to the last part, example 4. Okay, example 4. There are some boxes with 10 apples each. Okay, so here let's underline the keywords 10 apples each. If Jim rearranges them into boxes of 9, he will need 1 more box. He will need 1 more box. So again, the question is asking you how many boxes and how many apples are there. Okay, so firstly, again, let's just focus on the diagram. Try to understand the question properly. Okay, if you just distribute them into 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, actually you see that it is perfectly distributed. And then what about if you distribute that into 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9? So here you see that in the end, you need 1 more box. So now everyone, could you please tell me what is the big difference? We just compare the scenario here, compare the result. What is the difference? Is the difference 1? Is the difference 1? Some students say, look, need 1 more box. So we know that the difference, the big difference is just 1, super easy. Is it 1? Wow, be more careful. What is the object here? What is the object here? Yes, it should be apples, okay? It is not about the boxes. The boxes can be regarded as the container, as the people, as the groups, okay? So here, let's have a look. Need 1 more box, so actually the big difference should be 9. Why? Why not 10? Because now you see that it is in the second scenario. In the second scenario, Jim rearranges them into boxes of 9. Then, in this way, if he still needs 1 more box, that is, he still has 9 apples. Okay? Pay attention to this part. You need to be clear about the number of containers, number of groups, and the number of objects. So actually, they are different. Okay? Pay attention. It is not 1. Okay? So now following this, now you see that what is the big difference? You know that the big difference is not just 1, right? It should be 9 minus 0, that is 0. Yeah, some students feel a bit confused because there's nothing. So what about the nothing? Nothing means 0, right? 9 minus 0, so that is 9. Okay, following this, what about the small difference? Quickly, please tell me what is the small difference? Yeah, I'm waiting for your answers. What is it? What is it? Is it hard? Wow, this is a K1 question, everyone. If even you can count with your fingers, okay? What is it? Correct. 10 minus 9, that is a 1, okay? So following this, what should we do? Some students are very excited. Yeah, we already figured out big difference, small difference. That's all. Bye-bye, right? What is the next step? Yeah, after you figure out the big difference, small difference, and then correct, focus on the groups, okay? So how many groups are there? We know that the number of boxes should be fixed. The number of groups should be fixed, okay? So how many groups are there? How many? Okay, correct. That is 9 divided by 1, which is a 9, okay? Pay attention. I saw some students write down 10. No. What is the big difference? That is a 9. What is the small difference? That is 1. So big difference divided by small difference, then you can figure out the number of groups. In other words, that is the number of boxes. Okay. Yeah. So following this, how many apples are there? Again, I give you 20 seconds. Let me check. How many apples are there? Quickly. Okay, you don't need to you don't need to counting teacher apple, okay? Yeah, how many apples are there in the question? 20 seconds for you, quickly. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, correct. Good job. So again, actually, we have 2 different ways. The first one, that is 9 times 10. That is a 90. You don't need to add anything because it is perfectly distributed in the first scenario. Well, in the second one, need one more box. So here, firstly, we know that it should be 8 times 9 and then, 9 times 9. Here, everyone, there's a mistake. Sorry, typo. Okay, that is 9 times 9. And then plus 9. In this way, also you can get 90. Okay, do you know that why we plus here? Why do we plus here? Plus 9. Why? Because this is about the extra, okay? We always add extra part. So here, 9 times 9 plus 9. Pay attention to the operator. Okay, so actually, this is about the main content. And in the end, everyone, let's have a quick check. Ready? Let me check your understanding of the questions. Okay, so again, everyone, you just input your answers in the chat box. Okay, here. Maria puts her blocks into some paper bags. If she puts 3 pieces of blocks into each bag, she still needs 2 more bags. So what kind of information we can get from the question? A, B, C, D. A bit hard, a bit tricky. Okay, I give you 30 seconds for each. Have a try. Is it about the shortage of 6 blocks or shortage of 6 bags? Is it about the excess of 6 blocks or excess of 6 bags? Which one? Read the sentence carefully, okay? Read the sentence carefully. Wow, I see A, B, C, D. If I just offer option E, F, G, I think there will be more different answers. Which one? D, B, C? Wow. Maybe next week I just offer 26 options. And then I can see the alphabet. Okay, so here, let me show you. The answer should be B. Okay, so here, let's read it together. 3 pieces of blocks into each bag. So actually for the bag, it can be regarded as the group, okay? What is the object we are looking for? What is the object? That is the blocks. And then still need 2 more bags. 2 more bags. That means there are still 6 blocks, okay? So that is the excess of 6 blocks. Understand? You want to change. Too late, cannot. Okay, so next one. Maria puts her blocks into some paper bags. If she puts 3 pieces of blocks into each bag, there will be 2 bags left empty. Again, A, B, C, D, which one? What kind of information you can get from the question? Which one? Funny. Again, A, B, C, D. Alright, you only have one chance, okay? You cannot change the answer. A, are you sure? Are you sure? Oh, A, B, C. Okay. A or B or C? No D. Okay, you just rejected D. Okay, well, let me show you. The answer should be A. Okay, so now again, let's have a look. 3 pieces of blocks into each bag. There will be 2 bags left empty. Empty, that is you want to add 6 more, right? So what is the meaning here? Actually, that is the shortage of 6 blocks. Understand now? Okay, so next one. Teacher Vera puts some blueberries into bowls. If she puts 10 blueberries into each bowl, she still needs 3 more bowls to put all her blueberries. So what kind of information we can get here? A, B, C, D, which one? Think about it. Is there a pattern? Is there a pattern for my answers? No. A? Are you sure? Are you sure? Okay, let me check. Good job, everyone. You should be A, okay? So here you see that 3 more bowls. That means actually the number of groups, okay, that is not enough, right? The number of bowls is not enough to put all blueberries. So here, what is the meaning? That is the excess of 30 blueberries. Yes, good job. Now, can you understand how to identify if it is excess or shortage? Yes, super easy, right? Okay. So actually here, everyone, let's have a quick summary and maybe you can just take a screenshot here, okay? Basically, you need to be clear about the 3 types. The first one is about the EE questions. So what is the EE? It is not about the elephant question. That is excess question, okay? So what should we do? The most important thing is to identify small difference and the big difference and apply with the division. You can just figure out the number of groups, okay? And how can we figure out the big difference here? In this type, that is excess minus excess. So you can see that it is very important for you to read the question and understand the question properly. You must be clear about what type it is first, and then you can just follow the steps. Okay, and also do remember that for the excess part, in the end, to figure out the number of objects, what should we do? You need to add it up, okay? So this is the first type. Do you take the screenshot? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay. Now let's move on to the second one, okay? So for the second type, what can you see? Yeah, this is about the shortage, okay? Also, you see that it is about the SS questions. It is not about the snake. Yeah, happy Chinese New Year, right? Snake here. Okay, but S here is for the shortage. So how can we figure out the big difference here? Again, since the words are the same. So here we just subtract directly. The bigger number minus the smaller number to figure out the big difference. And then how can we figure out the small difference? That is to compare the same group within 2 scenarios. And again, you see that actually the steps are quite similar, right? Find the big difference, small difference, and then apply division. And do remember that in the end, to figure out the total number of objects, what should we do? Yes, you need to subtract the shortage part. Okay, pay attention to the operator. Any question? Okay, good. And then what about the last type? The last type is about the ES question. It is not about the elephant snake question, okay? That is the access shortage questions. So in such question, actually, it is very, very easy for you to make mistakes because why? Yeah, for the big difference part, okay? For the big difference part, what is the operator? That is additional sign, okay? Pay attention. That is excess plus shortage. And basically, again, find the big difference, find the small difference, and then divide to find the groups. But particularly here, pay attention to the big difference. It should be addition, okay? Addition. Yes. So actually, this is the end, everyone. Is the topic still very hard for you? Actually, we already finished. Okay, there's no break. Okay, we already finished. Okay. By the way, I want to remind that for the monthly mock test in February, will start from the day after tomorrow because today is 4th February and it will start from 6th February. Okay. And everyone do remember to register and you can start at any time when you are ready. And also on 16th February, I will explain. Okay. I will explain on the Think Academy classroom app. Yeah. Okay, so later I will share the actual practice on our group. Okay, and if you have any question, just let me know. Okay. Okay. See you, everyone. See you. Bye bye.